Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of the This Is Gonna Hurt podcast with J. Gordon Duncan. And if you're wondering why the J, the answer is, I'm not a bagpipe player. And if that joke doesn't make any sense, I encourage you to check out episode 0, where I explain that joke, as well as the purpose of the This Is Gonna Hurt podcast, where we talk about faith, family, fitness, finances, and sometimes fun. Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of the This Is Gonna Hurt podcast. I hope that your holiday season is a blast. I'm trying to keep up some content with you that's not quite as long, that's nice and digestible in the midst of the craziness of the season. And so, as always, I want to start with thank you. The reception I receive each and every week means a ton to me. I'm thankful for the kind words that you guys all say. I'm thankful for the feedback. And as always, if you've got suggestions or anything that you think would make the podcast better, just reach out to me, and I would love to hear what you have to say. And if you know of interesting guests or something like that, let me know, and I will reach out to them. Now, last week, we addressed business cliches. And we were specifically talking about a business cliche that's absolutely true. It's so funny, I almost have a hard time saying it. We were talking about if people don't know you, they can't flow you. There's different ways to say that. But essentially, the cliche was, if people don't know who you are, they're not going to do business with you. It's 100% true. So cliche, it rhymes, but we do have to take in reality that it's true. So what we're going to do this week is we're going to tackle another business cliche. And I hope it's helpful to you. Because if you're growing, you're watching this, you're listening to other items, you're reading, we're going to bump into these phrases. And they might be catchy and cliche-ish, but we've got to be able to decide if they're true or not. Because if they're true, we have to take them as wisdom and apply and adapt and change our businesses. If they're not true, then we got to debunk them. So let's jump into cliche number 2. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Let's jump into it. Cliche number 2. You guys ready for this one? Cliche number 2. And this is said so many different ways. People always tell you to follow your heart, or, oh, here it is. This is the way I wanted to say it. That if you do what you love, you will never have to work a day in your life. Okay? Now that idea, that cliche is that if you create a business about the things you're passionate about, it won't feel like work. Well, man, that one's 50-50, okay? So, because I'll tell you this. I absolutely love marketing and coaching. I do. I know I'm doing the exact right thing. Every day I go home and I'm like, I'm thankful that I own Capitalize. I'm thankful I get to do what I do. I wake up in the morning excited to get to work. But here's the thing. It feels like work. Of course it does. If I want to grow my business, scale it, I want to make the revenue that I want for my family, and I want to make the impact I want to make, that's hard work. Listen, I just purchased a massive CRM that handles my emails. It handles my scheduling. It handles financial transactions. It handles contracts. Anything you can imagine is within this CRM. And it costs me a lot of money. And the only way for me to get my return on that money is to learn how to use it. And now, yes, I've got people who help me with that, but I still have to function within that CRM. It is work for me it's not what I want to do. I want to be doing this all day. I want to look in the camera, or I want to be sitting across from someone, or I want to help them. I don't want to be learning how to use that stuff, but at this stage in the game, I have to. It's hard work. Like, I literally have to go watch videos and learn how to do that. It's true for most every business. Yes, I'm doing what I love, and I want you to do what you love. But someone says, well, ever since I started doing what I do, it's never felt like work. Well, I don't know if you're hitting the numbers you want to hit. You know, if this was a hobby and I was doing this as a side gig, maybe I'd feel that way. But if I want to grow a business that endures, that lives beyond me, that it's a legacy for me and my family and going on and creates generational wealth and not just one-time income, that takes hard work. No one has ever created a business that makes a huge impact without hard work. Do I love it? Heck yeah, I love it every single day. My enthusiasm for it has not diminished at all, and I'm very thankful. I wake up today as excited as I did 2 years ago when I started full-time, or 4 years ago when I started the business, but it's hard work. So if someone says, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life, well, the only way it's true that you won't work a day in your life is if you don't get any clients. So yes, do what you love, pursue it, build a business that you love. But if you want it to succeed and scale, you're going to have to work. So that cliche in the big picture, I don't. That one's just not true. Has it got kernels of truth in it? Hints of truth? Of course. Do what you love. But if you want it to grow, you are going to have to scale it. So let me grab a couple here. I've got this list of them, which has been a lot of fun. And by the way, that quote is attributed to Confucius. I ain't buying that one. I'm sorry. Not not at all. Okay, here's one. This is a business cliche from Tony Robbins. And he says this: every problem is a gift. Without problems, we would not grow. Every problem is a gift. Without problems, we would not grow. All right, I'm going to have to say this. Tony Robbins is 100% true about this. He didn't say every problem is a joy, because it's just not. But every problem is a gift. It really is. It really is. If you approach it in that way, if you see this obstacle, if you learn something from it, it's a gift. If I become a better business person, if I run my business better, if I have better customer service and all those things, if I do that, then that problem is a gift. If I don't, if I give into it, if I let it consume me, if I don't learn from it, then that problem is just a problem. But lying in those problems is the gift to make you better. You will not progress without adversity. I don't learn to run faster without going through the training. I don't learn how to run hills without running hills. I don't learn how to persevere without persevering. All of those things come from pain, adversity, and problems. So the thing is, when you're going through a difficult time, or maybe when you're on the other side of it, ask yourself, what's the gift inside of that? What's the thing that I can learn from it? And then it is a gift. It doesn't. If you let it make you better, then it's not a gift. You're 100% right. If you make it better, see, now I'm doing cliches. Don't make it better, but make it better, and then it is a gift. So that one I'm gonna have to go 100%. Let me grab one more here because it's the holidays and I want to get you in and out. But I'm excited about this one. Okay, this one comes up all the time. This one is attributed to Henry Ford. So Ford Motor Cars. I heard this one a lot, especially when I was training for my marathon, because it was in a training that I was listening to. He says, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. Oh, man, I'm going to have to say this one's pretty close to true all the time. I mean, if someone says, I can't do it, and then, you know what? They don't do it. If someone says, I can do it, I'm not going to say every single time, but you won't accomplish anything without the attitude that you can do it. So it's about 90% true. Because I can say, I can play in the NBA all day long, and I'm not playing in the NBA, not at 52 and not at 5'8" on a good day. You know, that's not going to happen. But I know that if I'm approaching things that are within, within my business, if I go, I can't do it, more than likely I won't. You see, we lose that as an adult. When we have smaller children and they're like, oh, I just can't do really well on this test. We'll say, don't say that. Don't say that. You can do it. Like we mold children's minds to not talk this way, right? But when we become adults, we give into it. And we're like, oh, I can't do that thing. I can't do that. So Henry Ford's right in this. Our mindset 100% affects our approach. 100% affects our approach. So when you say I can't do it, you're already putting obstacles in your way, and there's a good chance you won't ever do it. But if you say you can do it, then your mindset is open to the opportunities of success. So I'm going to say that one's about 90% right. It's not 100% that if you say you can do something, you will. But I'm going to tell you, you have a better chance of it, a much better chance of it when you say you can. So I like this episode, guys. That's just 4 cliches I like to tackle. We might do this one again because when you're doing a lot of business or even self-help reading, a lot of cliches come up. And I'm making note of some, but these are 4 that I really just wanted to hit. I hope you enjoy it. I also hope you're having a wonderful holiday season, however you celebrate it. I know that I am going to look for some opportunities to get some real rest and family time. But as always, guys, thanks for listening, commenting, sharing, all those things. And I can't wait to see you again next week. Okay, friends? Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
How do you shorten the time it takes to buy a car? Car buying just got easier. Pohanka365.com lets you complete as much or as little of the car buying process online. Pohanka365.com. Car buying simplified. Anytime, anywhere.
Small business owners, you should be praised for wanting to grow your business. That's a good thing, and not everybody has the guts to do it. As a business owner myself, I know you've overcome obstacles that people don't even know about. Hi, my name is Gordon Duncan, the owner of Capitalized Marketing and Consulting, and I want you to know that if your business hasn't grown like you want it to, it's not your fault. If it's not COVID getting in the way, it's ridiculous things like changing social media algorithms. You're right in thinking that very few people are doing small businesses any favors right now. But Capitalized Marketing and Consulting is here to help. We've created a 90-day course that is guaranteed to grow the revenue of your business. It will give you the tools that you've been looking for, and as a certified coach, I would be with you along the way. If you would like to learn more about our program, just visit CapitalizeYourBest.com and get started enjoying the success you deserve. Again, that's CapitalizeYourBest.com, and I can't wait to celebrate all you accomplish.